Hi, for the last few days I've been ill with a cold. I've had a chest infection, and that manifests itself in that I've been feverish, and my muscles have been sore, and I've had it's basically a bit of a wheezy chest, and as the mucus has been building up and there's been an infection happening there. I'm not a big fan of wasting the NHS time, so if I've got an immune system, my thinking is that I need to keep it doing its job and not get antibiotics to do its job for it. Otherwise, it will just give up and give me a cold every 2 days. I very rarely go to see the doctor, so because my symptoms have not been knocking me out, just a couple of days of feeling quite tired and feeling sorry for myself on the sofa is all I've had so far. Now I'm on the back end of this cold. I'm just coughing a little bit because of cleaning out my chest, and also I am having I think I've got a sinus infection now. I think that because I've had the side of my face here has been feeling quite swollen. Yesterday it was feeling pretty bad. I had like a constant sort of headache. It wasn't a pounding headache. It was just a constant nagging headache that was there. I felt a sharper pain whenever I coughed or when I sneezed. I've been a little bit mucusy, blowing my nose a lot. And I just have been doing a little bit of sofa research on the internet and looking at the NHS website to find out what this could be. I've also been watching videos of grown men nearly crying because they've been doing these sinus cleanses, petty pots if you like, and I've also seen children doing it quite happily, not crying at all. So that goes to show you how big a babies men can be, me included. Not all men, obviously, that would be racist. This is the NHS Choices website where you can see it talks about now I kind of trust these guys because these are the NHS after all. I trust them. And I'm somebody who is a big believer in, rather than relying on antibiotics, keep this, the immune system strong and tackle these problems myself. So this advises here when to see the GP. If your symptoms are mild and getting better, you don't usually need to see your GP. You can look after yourself at home. I agree with that. If your symptoms are severe, mine aren't. Your symptoms haven't started improving for 7 to 10 days. They have. You experience episodes of tinnitus frequently. I don't. Okay, so I don't qualify for seeing my GP as far as I'm concerned. But it says here how sinusitis is treated. Sinusitis is treated. Most people with sinusitis will feel better within 2 or 3 weeks and can look after themselves at home. Gotcha. And it advises you not to use key decongestants too much because they can actually make things worse. If that's the case, I'm going to avoid them altogether. Holding warm packs to my face, well, I'm just not going to get into any of that. Now I'm going to do, it's this bit here, regular cleaning the inside of your nose with a saline solution. You can make this at home yourself or use sachets of ingredients from the pharmacy. That's what I'm going to look at because I have what I think is sinusitis. Now that I knew that I was, as far as I was concerned, I've had it pretty much confirmed by the NHS website that I have what I have, which is a sinus infection, sinusitis, I believe it's called. So I have bought these. This is the wrong way around. This is the NeilMed Sinus Rinse Kit. And in here is the kit to wash out your sinuses. There's lots of videos on YouTube of people doing this. They are disgusting. I'm going to do it as well. This will also be disgusting. But I've just opened this and let me show you what you get in here. This cost £20 and I got 60 sachets in that little box. And then I got 60 sachets in this little box. I thought I would also be getting the bottle for doing the squeezing, and there's nothing else in there. So I've been a little bit duped, and I should have checked. I want to get this bottle here so that I can do the sinus rinse. So I'm not going to do it today, but I will get that bottle, and I shall do it very, very soon. It's very early the next day. I just literally ordered this yesterday afternoon. It was Saturday afternoon, and this morning it arrived. So I showed you this, which was the wrong thing. This is just sachets, and this is what I meant to get. This is the NeilMed Sinus Rinse, the original Sinus Rinse Kit. So it's the word kit I was missing. And I open this up. You can see in here. Very exciting. That is what I was looking for. It's, I don't know, something about it. It's a very, very malleable plastic. And of course, I've got myself another 60 sachets. So I've got 180 nose sinus cleanses to do between now and when I die. I think I'm going to have the cleanest sinuses ever in the history of cleanliness, let alone sinuses. Your sinuses are kind of like little buckets just behind your cheekbones, I think. And you really should use distilled water, I guess, because if you don't, it could have little bacterium floating around in there. You don't want them sitting in there, do you? For that very reason, I will be boiling some water, which I need to let cool down, really. Where do I get distilled water from? I'm going to boil some water, which I then have to let cool down. I suppose what's in the kettle is boiled. Yeah, I'm going to use what's left in the kettle. That's going to be my water. Okay, so here's the bottle. Inside that is basically just got a hole at the top, and it's got like this. It's kind of like a foam tube. I don't know why it's foam, and that's kind of there. You get your sachet out. Yeah, they're just little small sachets. Don't really need this. And then it's just a matter of, well, I'll put that in a minute. You top up your bottle with the water up to the. There's a little dotted line around the top, that area there. Fill it all the way up. Move it over there so you can see what I'm doing a little bit. Now, I'm not using boiling water, obviously that would be terrible, but I am using warm water, which I think will make it slightly more pleasant, sort of body temperature. This is from my cup of coffee this morning, just what was left in the kettle. There is a filter in the kettle, and this is freshly boiled water. It's kind of just slightly lukewarm, which I think is a good thing. You then take your sachet and you pour your sachet into the thing like that, and then you do this. It's also obvious it's painful to watch. Do that, put your finger over the top and give it a shake. If you don't do that, as soon as you apply any pressure to the side here, this will just explode all over the place. And then you're good to go, and then it's through to somewhere nice and well, let's admit it, let's go to the toilet, shall we? I suppose the best thing to do is just do it. Off I go. You're supposed to make a kick sound, apparently, to stop it going down your throat, but I don't know. Oh, look at that, that's horrible. Sorry about that. Right, I've finished the procedure. It feels a little bit like, you know, when you dive in the swimming pool and you get water up your nose. It feels like you're getting water up your nose. I didn't need to do this sound or this kick sound or whatever it is people do to try and stop it going down your throat. If it had done, it wouldn't have been too much of a big deal. I think the thing is just do it and let it all happen. It's been done thousands of times before and it's absolutely fine. It's disgusting, certainly to watch it on a video, so I'm sorry about that, anyone who is absolutely repulsed by that. But I strongly recommend everyone gives it a go. I now feel well, I feel like a lot of pressure has been released from my sinuses. I have the knowledge that if there was any mucus or material in there that's been created as a result of an infection, which is what I've got, then that at least has been washed out. I'm not quite sure what's in these sachets to make them so special. Well, it says sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. Well, that's it. So that's a good thing, I guess. So that's going to sit there as a little powdery residue on my little whatever it is. I have no idea what's going on in my sinuses, but now I just feel better that I've done it. A lot of stuff came out there. Now, I'd had a good blow in my nose this morning, and I couldn't get any more out. So when I did that, it was finding stuff that I didn't know was there. So it's very interesting. I'm glad I've done it. I've got another 128 times 178 more tries before I run out of sachets. So I'm excited that I now have this. It's my little fallback whenever stuff's going on with my nose. I'm going to be doing that because it really is a breeze. I hope this video's been insightful and helpful. Here they are. Here are the packs. NeilMed Sinus Rinse. Is it the best one to get? I don't know. It's not very expensive. This was £13. This was £20 for 120 sachets from Boots, and this was £13 from Amazon. That's it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Comment away. I will reply if you're interesting. I don't really care if people don't subscribe at this stage, but I don't like YouTubers asking people to subscribe. I think it's begging. I don't think it's very nice. But it is a good way to get notified every time I upload a video if you do subscribe. But I think you have to go into your settings to make sure you get alerts on your email. So I am putting out quite a lot of videos right now. So do it. And that is definitely it. Goodbye.